So today we're going to have our lesson in general mathematics, which is about exponential function, equation, and also inequality. So when we say exponential, it's all about exponents. So therefore, we need to recall first what are exponential or what are the laws of exponent, because we are going to apply it here in our lesson or our topic today, which is exponential function, equation, and inequality. So now let's have first the exponential function. So when we say exponential function, it is a function whose the exponent or the variable is in the exponent. Therefore, we have the y is equal to f of x, which is the function rule can be written as a y. And then we have the f of x is equal to b to the power of x, where x is the exponent, which is a variable, and b is the base. So if x and b are real numbers such that b is greater than 0 and b is not equal to 1, then we have the function of x is equal to b to the power of x is an exponential function. In this notation, b is the base and x is the exponent. So when we say base, ito yung katabi ng exponent, which we multiply to itself based on the given exponent. So now let's proceed with this. So an exponential function is a function whose exponent is the variable. And an exponential equation in one variable is an equation with a variable in the exponent. And the exponential inequality is an equality in one variable having a variable in the exponent. So these are the differences of the three, the exponential function, equation, and also the inequality. So kapag sinabi natin function, we have the function rule, which is f of x, or it can be y. While we have the exponential equation, so ito ay we use the equal sign where the variable is in the exponent or yung exponent natin is variable. And kapag naman inequality, we use the inequality symbols, which are the greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, which the variable ay nasa exponent. So we have differentiated three, so I think we can proceed now first with this. The examples of exponential function, inequality, and equation. Let's start with exponential function. So yung letter A, example, and letter B is a form of exponential function because we have the base and the exponent where the exponent is a variable. And C is considered as not exponential function since the exponent is fixed value or wala siyang variable. Then, for the exponential equation, and also inequality. So kay equation muna, so we use equal sign as you can see in the given. So we have 2 to the power of x is equal kay 64. So we use the equal sign so that it is exponential equation. While kay inequality naman, we use greater than or less than or greater than or equal, less than or equal. So as you can see, the exponent is composed also variable. So meron tayong variable. Okay, so in this exponential function, equation, and inequality, so same process lang din yung gagawin natin katulad ng ating sinolve last time, which are the exponential or rational equation, inequality, and function. So first, we will be proceeding muna kay equation and inequality. So magpo-focus muna tayo kay equation and also inequality. So before we proceed, let's have this first. Transforming into exponential form. So why do we need to know how to transform a given or base into exponential form? Because we're going to use this in solving the exponential equation and also inequality. So let's proceed with this. So we have the given here 16, 25, and 81. So we are going to transform the following into exponential form. So as much as possible, list down all the exponential form of a number that can be transformed into exponential form. So for example, 16. The exponential form of 16 can be 4 to the power of 2 or 4 squared because it is equal to 16. And also, aside kay 4 squared, the exponential form of 16 can be 2 to the power of 4 because 2 to the power of 4 is also 16. Next, 25. 25 has only one exponential form, which is 5 to the power of, or the 5 squared. And 81, the exponential form of 81, we have 9 squared, or 3 to the power of 4. So these are the exponential form of 81, 25, and 16. So we need to list down all the exponential form dahil nga i-apply natin siya kay exponential equation and inequality. So ngayon, we are going to apply this to our exponential equation. So first, let's have the exponential equation. So for the exponential equation, what we're going to do is to identify first if the base are the same, then bring down the exponent, then solve for the value of x. Because in equation, we are going to solve for the value of x. So before that, let's have a good mastery of the law of exponent would be able to help us to solve exponential equations and inequality. So kailangan alam natin yung law of exponent. Then we are going to have the addition property of equality, which is commonly applied in exponential equation and inequality. So most likely ito yung nagtatranspose tayo so that we can solve for the value of x. So you have to be careful in writing and rewriting the equations. Kasi sometimes, pag nagre-rewrite tayo, hindi natin na-change yung sign or sometimes nababago yung numbers na sinusulat natin. So be careful with that. And also, in solving exponential equation, the equating exponents property is used. So for example, equal yung symbol natin, then that will be the symbol na gagamitin natin. And for the inequality, so we need to remember the basic rules. So later on, I will show you the basic rules of exponential inequality so that we can apply it also to our solving. So now, let's proceed with this exponential or the law of exponent. So sa law of exponent, we have here the power of 0, which equivalent to 1. So any number or any base with an exponent of 0, the answer is always 1. Okay, next. Any number or any base with an exponent of 1, the answer is always the base. And when we have the negative exponent, we reciprocal and change the exponent sign into positive. Then, we have when we are multiplying a variable or the term with a given exponent, then what are we going to do is to multiply the exponent. Then for the quotient, we subtract the exponent. For the power of power, we multiply the exponent. And for the product of power, we distribute the external exponent to the inner exponent. So we distribute the exponent to the product. And then for the quotient as well, we distribute the exponent to the exponent of the numerator and exponent to the denominator. So the last two is the negative exponent, so you should reciprocal. And for the last one is the rational exponent. So for the rational exponent, we convert it into a radical form. So where the numerator of your exponent will be the exponent of your radical, while the denominator of your exponent will be the index. Okay, and base will be the radicand of your given radical expression. Okay, so ngayon, we need to recall the following law of exponent so that we can apply it here in our topic, exponential equation. So for the exponential equation, we have here the given examples. So first, we have 2x is equal to 64. Second, we have 7 to the power of 2x plus 1 is equal to 7 to the power of 3x minus 2. And for the last example, we have what? The power of 2x minus 1 is equal to 64. So with this, let's start muna kay letter A. So the given example ay magkakaiba siya on how we are going to solve. So with this, let's have for example number A, for letter A. So we have here the given 2x to the power of x is equal to 64. So kapag sinusolve natin sa exponential equation, make sure the base is equal or the same. So since the base po dito ay 2 and here is 64, so kailangan natin i-change si 64 into exponential form where the base should be 2. Okay? Or kailangan dapat equal sila. Okay, so now we have 2 to the power of x is equal kay, ang exponential form ni 64 is 2 to the power of 6. Okay, so ngayon, since we have the same base, kung pareha na yung base niya, then we need to bring down already the exponent to solve the value of x. So pag biniling down natin si x, then use the symbol which is equal, then 6. So in this one, it's easy to find the value of x. Kasi wala na tayong isosolve once we bring down the exponent. Okay, so yan na po yung sagot natin for letter A. So para naman sa letter B, for example, B, so kung makikita natin, they have the same base na. Kung pareha na yung base nila, then we can bring down the exponent. So we have your 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 2. Not unlike in example letter A, so nung binring down na natin sa exponent, we got the answer already. Pero sa letter B, we need to solve. So kailangan pa natin siya i-solve. So kapag sinolve natin, kailangan natin i-isolate kung may variable, so walang variable. So therefore, we are going to use addition property of equality or transpose. So magta-transpose tayo. So we have here the 2x, then we transpose 3x to the other side and positive 1 to the other side naman. So magiging 2x minus 3x is equal kay negative 2 minus 1. So as you can see, nung na-transpose tayo, we change the sign. Okay? So next po natin. So yung next natin is simplify. So yung 2x minus 3x is equal kay negative x is equal kay negative 3. Kasi negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. So to eliminate the negative in your variable x, we need to multiply or we need to divide it both sides by negative 1. So negative x divided by negative 1 is x is equal to negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3. So the value of x is 3. So how are we going to check if our answer is correct? So simplify or simply substitute the values of x to the given equation. So let's say for example, sa letter A. Yung example natin sa letter A, si x is 6. So when we substitute to our given, dapat equal yung magiging sagot niya. So we have 2 to the power of 6 is equal to 64. And 2 to the power of 6 is 64 and it is equal to 64. So it is correct. Okay? So for checking lang po yan. Now, the same process with letter B. So you are going to transpose it to the equation natin. Okay? So now, let's proceed with letter C. So example letter C. For example letter C, we have here 4 to the power of 2x minus 1 is equal to 64. So in this one, we need to identify first the base. Since hindi equal si base, we need to transform 64, which the base should be 4. Okay? So with this, we have 4 to the power of 2x minus 1 is equal to 4 to the power of 3. So same base na siya. Okay? So same base ng ating given. So same base na siya, then we need to bring down the exponent, which is 2x minus 1 is equal to 3. So what are we going to do is to transpose negative 1 to the other side, then it becomes 2x is equal to 3 plus 1. And then simplify 2x is equal to 4, and to eliminate 2, coefficient 2 kay variable x, we divide both sides by 2. So x is equal kay positive. So this is our answer. Okay, so yung process natin is same lang naman siya. So what are we going to do is to know ano ba yung mga dapat natin gawin or to ano yung mga dapat nating gawin if hindi sila same ng base, and also if merong coefficient si variable x. Okay, so these are example of exponential equation. Now we are moving to our exponential inequality. So sa inequality or the exponential inequality, meron tayong basic rules na kailangan i-consider. So these are, first, if the same real number is added to or subtracted from both sides of an inequality, the sense of inequality is not changed. So kaya po, ibig sabihin, kung nag-a-add daw tayo or nagsasubtract from both sides ng inequality, then hindi magbabago yung inequality symbol natin. Then for rule number 2, if both sides of an inequality are multiplied or divide by the same positive whole number, then the sense of inequality is not changed. Ibig sabihin po dito, kung magmumultiply tayo or magdi-divide tayo ng parehong positive, okay? Ng parehong positive, then hindi pa rin magbabago yung inequality symbol natin. While for the rule number 3, if both sides of an inequality are multiplied or divided by the same negative, then the sense of inequality is changed. So, ibig sabihin dito sa rule number 3, kung magdi-divide tayo or mag-multiply tayo ng negative, ng parehong negative, then magbabago yung inequality natin. So, for example, I'll give you an example with this. So, for our example, we have, let's say we have negative 2x. So, let me rewrite it here in our So let's say we have negative 2x is greater than kay 4. Okay? So ngayon, to have eliminate negative 2 dun sa tabi ni variable x, so we need to divide both sides by negative 2. Okay? So again, once we are dividing both negative, then magbabago yung symbol natin. So therefore, we have x greater than magiging less than kay 2. So, kaya po, we need to consider kung ano ba yung dinidivide natin or minumultiply. Kung yan ay both positive, then there's no change in the inequality. Okay, so yan po yung i-apply natin later on. Okay, so I think we're now ready to solve for the rational inequality. So, for the rational inequality, let's have this first example. So I have here, for example, the 2 will be the activity. So for the first example, we have 4 to the power of x plus 3 is greater than 256. So dito po ay same process din ng equation. So if they don't have the same base, so kailangan natin silang gawing same base. So we have here 4 to the power of x plus 3 is greater than. Si 256, ang exponential form niya is 4 to the power of 4. Okay, so now, let's solve for the inequality. So bring down the exponent, which is x plus 3 is greater than kay 4. So we need to transpose positive 3 to the other side. Therefore, we have x is greater than kay 4 minus 3. So x is greater than 1. So ngayon po, to know if your answer is correct, so mag-aano po tayo ng statement whether it is true or false. So, think of a number which is the variable x that is greater than kay 1. So, ang greater than kay 1 is 2. So, let's check if it is true. So, let x is equal kay positive 2. So, when we substitute 2 to the original inequality, so therefore magiging 4 to the power of 2 plus 3 is greater than 256. So, 4 to the power of 5, kasi 2 plus 3 is 5, greater than 256. So, the 4 to the power of 5 is 1024, if I'm not mistaken, is greater than 256. So, since 1024 ay mas mataas talaga kay 256, so this is the. Ibig sabihin, all values of x must be greater than kay 1. Okay? So, next, for the next example, we have 8 to the power of 2x minus 1 is greater than kay 16 to the power of x plus 2. Ngayon, let's identify the exponential form of 16. So, ang exponential form of 16 is 4 squared or 2 to the power of 4. As you can see, as you observe, the base is 4 or 2, which is not the same with 8. Wala tayong same base ni 8. So, ngayon, we need to get the exponential form of 8. So, 8 is equal kay 2 to the power of 3. So, ngayon, meron na tayong kukunin, which is 2 to the power of 4 and 2 to the power of 3. So, as you can see po, meron tayong exponent kay exponential form and another exponent dito sa original given. So, what are we going to do here is to multiply. So, dito tayo ngayon magkakaroon ng power of power rule by law of exponent. lang po. So here, so what are we going to do is to rewrite lang muna. So yung 8 is equal kay and so yung 8 is equal kay 2 to the power of 3. So we change 8 kay 2 to the power of 3. Multiply kay 2x minus 1 is greater than. Si 16 is 2 to the power of 4. Then multiply kay x plus 2. Okay? So this rule or law of exponent is power of power. Okay? So power of power, what are we going to do is to multiply the exponent, both of exponents. So therefore we have 2 to the power of 6x minus 3 is greater than kay 2 to the power of 4x plus 8. Okay, so minultiply lang natin yung both exponent. So since they have the same base, get the exponent or bring down the exponent, therefore we have 6x minus 3 is greater than kay 4x plus 8. So this ano natin, transpose si negative 3 to the other side and si 4x to the other side. So therefore magiging 6x. So 6x minus 4x is greater than kay 8 plus 3. So we have here 2x greater than kay 11. To eliminate 2, we divide both sides by 2. So over 2. So the answer is x is greater than kay 11 over 2. Or it is 5.5. Okay? So, eto na po yung ating answer. So now, let's proceed with our next example. For the next example, I'll leave the 3 and 4 for the activity. So let's have the example number 3. For example number 5, we have here 3 to the power of 4x is less than or equal kay 9 to the power of x plus 3. So same process po ang gagawin natin. So first, let's make sure that they have the same base. So therefore we have 3 to the power of 4x is less than or equal. The exponential form of 9 is 3 squared. So 3 squared multiply kay x plus 3. Then we have 3 to the power of 4x is greater than or less than or equal kay 3 to the power of 2x plus 6. Same basis sila, then bring down the exponent. 4x is less than or equal kay 2x plus 6. Transpose C, positive 2x, magiging 4x minus 2x is less than or equal kay 6. So the answer is 2x is less than or equal kay 6. Then divide both sides by 2, where 4x is equal kay 3. So this is our x is less than or equal kay 3. So ito po yung sagot. Okay, if you're going to check, dapat magto-true statement siya. Okay, so next po natin. Later on, let's check it. So number 6, so we have 2 to the power of x plus 1 is greater than or equal kay 4 to the power of 2x minus 1. So, what are we going to do? Make them the same base. So, kailangan same base sila. So, we have here 2 to the power of x plus 1 is greater than or equal. Ang exponential form ni 4 is 2 to the power of 2 and 2x minus 1. So, simplify natin. Magiging 2 to the power of x plus 1 is greater than or equal kay 2 to the power of 4x minus 2. Then, same base na sila, bring down the exponent. X plus 1 is greater than or equal kay 4x minus 2. Now, what are we going to do is transpose natin si 4x to the other side. Therefore, magiging negative 4x. And si 1 to the other side, magiging negative 1. Therefore, we have x minus 4x is greater than or equal kay negative 2 minus 1. Okay, so therefore we have here negative 3x is greater than or equal kay negative 3. So when we divide both sides by negative 3, so the answer is x is less than or equal kay 1. Bakit nag-change yung sign niya? Kanina greater than or equal, but ngayon naging less than or equal. Based on the rule number 3, if we divide into same negative, then the symbol or the inequality symbol will be changed. So, ibig sabihin, i-flip lang natin yung symbol nila. Okay? So, para mas makita ninyo, if you want to check, okay. So, kung i-check natin, tignan natin kung ano yung tama. If x greater than or equal kay 1 ba, or x is less than or equal kay 1. Okay? So, isip lang muna tayo ng x which is greater than kay 1. Kung equal kasi yan, i-equal lang naman sila, magto-true. So, tingnan natin, ano yung mas tama? Is it greater than ba or is it less than? So, x is greater than kay 1. So, let's say x is equal kay 2. So, yung dito naman, x is equal kay 0. So, i-check lang natin kung ano yung magto-true. So, therefore, we have here 2 to the power of 2 plus 1 is greater than or equal kay 4 to the power of 2 times 2 minus 1. So, simplify natin. 2 to the power of 3 is greater than or equal kay 4 to the power of 2 times 2 is 4 minus 1 is 3. So, we have 2 to the power of 3 which is 8 is greater than or equal kay 64. Is it true or false? It is false. Hindi naman mataas si 8 kay 64. So, it is false. So, kaya po, kung greater than or equal natin siya, hindi siya magtutrue ang statement. Okay? So, next natin. If x is equal kay 0, so therefore, we have 2 to the power of 0 plus 1 is greater than or equal kay 4 to the power of 2 times 0 minus 1. So, therefore, we have 2 to the power of 1 is greater than or equal kay 4 to the power of negative 1. So, simplify. 2 to the power of 1 is 2 is greater than or equal. Negative exponent, nasa law of exponent ito. Once we have negative exponent, we reciprocal. Therefore, we have here over 1. So, pag i-reciprocal natin, 1 over 4 to the power of 1. So, simplify. 4 to the power of 1 is 4. Therefore, we have 2. Sulat na lang natin dito sa taas. 2 is greater than or equal kay 1/4. Is it true? This is true. Mas mataas si 2 compare kay 1/4. So, yan po yung way how are we going to solve the exponential inequality. Okay, so if you want to check, you may substitute the given value to the x. So, this is all about this is all about exponential equation and also inequality.